In this episode, I'm going to make you dangerously confident. So let's get started.
Uh, Made my own lane, no handouts here, vision too strong. Can't cloud it with fear, drop my past like a bad old habit. Now it's for only full speed, no static.
I'm Lillian Victoria, once behind the scenes in Hollywood, now front and center building my own. This show is for leaders ready to take the wheel, drop the excuses, and go all in. The truth is, the road to success is paved with mistakes well handled. I'm not just here to motivate you, I am here to get you moving. When I talk about confidence, it's not arrogant, it's not fake, but so certain in who you are. The world can't help but feel it. So this isn't fluff. This is the exact method that I use to help CEOs, entrepreneurs, and leaders rebuild their confidence after failure, rejection, divorce, layoffs, you name it. So let's unlock the boldest version of you right now. If you've been shrinking back, second guessing, hesitating, I want you to know something right now. It's not because you're not capable. It's not because you're lazy. It's because somewhere along the way, you started to believe that being safe was more important than being seen. Maybe you were criticized for being too much. Maybe someone told you to be more realistic. We've all heard that. Maybe life smacked you with failure when you were just starting to believe in yourself. So you dialed it down and called it humble. But what you really did was you dimmed your lights. And I know this because I lived it. I used to work behind the scenes in Hollywood, checking all the boxes, the titles, the network, the image, the people that I got to hang out with. But deep down, I was really hiding because my confidence was tied to how others perceived of me and not my own true identity. And the fact is, I really didn't even know what I want at the time. I didn't even know who I was. So here's the truth. No one is going to hand you confidence. It is built, it is not given. And the building starts the moment that you decide to show up. And you got to show up for you before you're ready and you're showing up over and over and over again. So let's talk about the formula to build self-confidence. Self-confidence does start with your own identity, who you are, what you are, and how you see yourself. You have to own who you are, even if the world hasn't validated yet. And I know this is the hard part because it's so easy to seek outside validation. But when you look at yourself and you can own it, now you're taking the power back. So I have a little exercise for you. You set your life goals. So just setting the goals may take some time. Most people don't have goals, so that's why they're drifting. I was definitely one of them before. So don't feel like you need it all and rush it together. It's something that you got to recognize, and you got to do the work, and that's what I help my clients. Once the goal is set, you got to start to picture yourself achieving them. Now become that version of you, even if it feels fake right now. That disconnect is normal. That's the gap. But that's how we build confidence, by bridging that gap step by step. So I want you to type this in the comment. I am the kind of person who shows up even when it's hard. Whatever you're becoming, I want you to claim it out loud because you can't outperform a broken self image. You want to play big, you got to start upgrading your inner narrative daily. Some people call this affirmations, some people call this auto suggestion. I call this your relationship with yourself so you can start seeing your own identity. Confidence is not a personal trait, it's a skill, it's a muscle. And this muscle grows through repetition. Waking up early when you said you would, making the tough phone calls, finishing a workout, speaking up at that meeting, tell yourself the truth even when it's uncomfortable. Most people keep promises to others, but yet they break their promises to themselves. Why is that? Why is it other people that is more important than yourself? So you want confidence? Start keeping your own words to yourself. That's showing yourself that you are getting it done. And that builds trust. That builds momentum, and momentum turns into unstoppable high energy. You got to do it for you. Hey, So before we dive back, I just want to share something personal. I wrote a book called Own Your Path, inspired by the breakthroughs that I've seen in my coaching community. It's a simple, powerful guide to help you reconnect with who you really are and take clear steps towards a life that you want. The link is in the show notes, or you can visit my website if it speaks to you. The thing is, you're not going to stop being scared. You're just going to stop letting it decide who you become. So controlled exposure means you choose discomfort and you're going to build immunity around it. Speak at that meeting when you have an idea, when you have an objection. Post that to shine your voice. Ask for that deal. Tell your story. Pitch to investors. Host your workshop, whatever that is. Because when you do what scares you on purpose, your brain starts reprogramming. Fear stops. This is when fear stops being the wall and it becomes a path. And here's the biggest reward. And I'm going to quote what my client says. I really need to take a telescope to look at where I was at and where I am right now, and not even recognizing the version of you that was scared to begin with. So the thing is, you just got to start. When you start, you're moving and you're building your confidence. This isn't woo-woo. And this is neuroscience. Your brain's number one job is survival, not confidence. But when you take bold action, your nervous system starts to recalibrate. You stop flinching, you stop folding, you stop overthinking. Confidence becomes an identity. This is how real leaders are built, not by perfection, but by the practice under pressure. So if you're up for it, and I want to know in the comments, I have a challenge for you in the next 24 hours. So choose one fear and face it dead on. Even if you stumble, even if you make mistakes, just take action. It could be asking a stranger for help on the street. It could be making a phone call for someone that you intended to make, but you've been holding on for some whatever reason. It could be confessing love to someone that you have had the hots for forever. But do something about it. And I want you to face the fear dead on. The thing is, once you do it, you'll realize, what was so scary about it? Like, why was I holding myself back? If you got value from today's episode, your support will mean the world to me. If you share it with a friend who needs to hear this, my mission is to grow with you from 0 to 100 so we can all create our own version of an overnight success. Make sure to subscribe, leave a review, and connect with me on social. It's at Miss Lillian Victoria. In the next episode, I will be talking about the fear of failure. Remember, my goal is to get you moving.